Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to Gail's Low Carb Recipe Ideas, my YouTube channel. I've just had so much fun doing all these recipes and I still enjoy doing them. It was nice to take the break I did, but it's really nice to be back doing it again. It just refreshed me. I got to the point that I wasn't sure what to make anymore. But anyway, we've got another interesting recipe today. It's going to be a low carb butternut squash pizza crust, and we will dress the pizza in the whole bit. I want to teach you how to make the crust. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in the dry ingredients to start into an individual bowl here. So I have a half a cup of almond flour, which is about 48 grams, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Then we have 2 teaspoons of Italian spice, Italian seasoning, and then we're going to add in half a tablespoon of psyllium husk. Okay, and we're going to add in our herbamare, which is one of my favorite spices, and we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of herbamare. And there it is here. It's a great product. They actually have spiced herbamare, and it's in a red container, and then they have one that's sodium free, and it's in a bluish color container, and they're all awesome. They're just lovely, lovely spices. They're infused, they're herbed sea salt infused with organic herbs and vegetables. It's gluten-free, MSG-free. It's really worthwhile purchasing. And I know that I've used it in many of my recipes, and I'll continue using it because I just love it. And I'll put a link down below in the recipe if you'd like to purchase it. And I do get a percentage out of it. So we're going to set this aside. And then we're going to bring in a bigger bowl right here. And I've got 2 cups of butternut squash that I've already baked. Actually, I didn't even bake it. My husband baked it. He put them on little silicone mats on my baking sheets and added a little bit of water and butter and herbamare all over, and we baked it in the oven. I think it was at 350 for, it was probably an hour, I'm not even sure. But he did all the work and I really appreciated it because we even had some winter squash. We did that. He did that as well. I was not doing it. He was looking after that today. So we've got 2 cups of butternut squash, which is about 410 grams. And now we're going to add in 1 egg. I'll break it up a little bit before I put it in there. We have 1 egg. And I'm going to mix this up before I add the rest of the ingredients that I want to add in here. Butternut squash is absolutely delicious. I usually just add a little bit of butter and my herbamare in there, and oh, it tastes so good. It's even good without anything, but it's very good as well when you add those little extra things to it. Okay, I've got that mixed up well. Now we're going to add in 113 grams, which is 1 cup of shredded cheese. Now, I have marble cheese in the fridge, and we actually use that quite a bit, but you can use any kind of cheese you wish. So we're going to put that in there, and we'll mix it up really well. And then once we've got it all mixed up, I'm going to add in our dry ingredients. Okay, so now I've got our dry ingredients that we mixed up in the first place. We're going to put this in here and mix it up really well. Yeah, this is a totally different kind of pizza, but it's just a lovely change. And I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy it as much as I do. So just mix it up really, really well. We're going to bring over a pizza pan here, and we're going to, and I've taken parchment paper, which I cut out, and basically what I did was I put unrolled the parchment paper out of the box, and then I just took my finger around the seam, like around the edge of the pizza pan, which made a mark, and then I just cut it out, and so I've got a nice perfect circle for my crust. So we're going to add in our crust. And this is going to be a little sloppy, but we'll make it work. We're going to move this all around until I've got it all nice and even to make a nice crust. It's going to take a couple minutes, but it's worth those couple of minutes. So I'll keep working on that till I got it all evened out. So I got it nice and even. I'm just going to take off my excess off of my spatula, and we'll add it in here. So the oven is on, preheated 400. We're going to put it in approximately 30 minutes. I'll know better once it's been in there for a bit. And it's quite tasty, raw, really good. Okay, we're going to put in the oven 400 for approximately 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more. We'll check it out. So it was 30 minutes I baked the crust. I peeled the parchment paper off the bottom of it. You can see where they're a little brown along the edges and a little brown on the top. Now it's not the same strength as a regular pizza crust, but it holds quite nicely, if you can see. See, it works pretty good. And the nice thing is you're using all healthy vegetables and food on this pizza. So the next thing I'm going to do is you could make your own pesto sauce, but I am going to use a basil pesto sauce from the grocery store. It's already pre-made, and I'm going to take it and I'm just going to put pesto all over the top of this. So we'll get that all on. Okay, a little wee bit more. Now we're going to add in, I have trouble saying this, my baby arugula, my salad, and it's got a little bittery, kind of bitter, but also it's peppery. I don't know how to describe it, but we're just going to sprinkle this all over. And the recipe basically is for the crust, but I am going to just show you what I add to it. So I didn't do the calculation for what's on top of this. Okay, now we are going to add prosciutto. So I've got thin slices, and we're going to add some thin slices of prosciutto. So I'm just going to plop it all over the place, here and there. Break it up. You just want pieces, so when you get bites, you get good flavor of everything, which is really nice. Okay. This is looking really good. I got one more piece here. And you can make smaller pieces if you like that one's quite large. Just spread it around. Now the next thing we're going to add in, I have shaved Parmigiano Reggiano, little shavings. So I'm just going to sprinkle little shavings all over this pizza. I hope you give this a try. It's quite delicious, and it's such a nice change. And the combination is really lovely. Okay, it's looking good, isn't it? Now, last thing. I'm going to use balsamic vinegar. This is the particular one I have. It is 35 calories for a tablespoon, and there are 8 carbs in this. Now, there's other balsamics you can use. I quite like this one, and the bit of carb count doesn't bother me, but you can choose something else. So what I did was I have a little wee squirt bottle, and I'm just going to drizzle it all the way across. There we go. There's our beautiful pizza, our low-carb butternut squash pizza crust with all the trimmings on top. So let's cut it, and we will give it a try. I'm just going to cut one piece out, and then we will test it. So here is my low-carb butternut squash crust with all the goodies on top. Great flavor. It's really, really good. Yeah, it's delicious. And you don't heat it up after or anything, you just eat it this way. Just with all the combination on top and the pesto sauce and everything, it's really, really good. I hope you give it a try. Delicious. Anyway, if you go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, try this recipe and try some of my others. You take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.